Hello, this is Mrs. Marsh. I'm the Acting Head of English at Wyvern Academy. I'm here to talk to you about strategies for success for your child, as we know they can succeed in both English language and English literature. I'm going to spend some time explaining how the curriculum fits together for Year 11, as we think it's really important for you and your child to know where we're going and why we're going that way. As you have seen on the previous slide, here is a close-up of the Wyvern Academy English curriculum map. You can see clearly the different endpoints for Year 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and as the video showed previously, we're starting from Year 11 for your child. Year 11 is split into two qualifications. We have GCSE English Language and GCSE English Literature. Both of these qualifications have two examinations for each one. There is more detail on our school website, which I will show you on the next slide. If you or your child would like to access more information or revision materials for either of these qualifications, if you click onto the Remote Learning drop-down menu on the school website, you'll see there's the English Department website highlighted on the screen in front of you. If you click on this, you'll find numerous links to homework revision, revision tools, extra lessons, etc. We have restarted Year 11 studying English Language Component 1. This is split into two sections, a reading and a writing section. It basically tests the students' ability to understand fiction text and to think about what the writer has written or produced on purpose. Section B expects the students to be able to put themselves into the writer's shoes and they themselves become the writer, and they translate what they have studied in Section A into their own narrative. For Autumn 2, we will be looking at the English Language Component 2, which is a very similar layout, apart from the reading section is based on non-fiction text, and the writing section is similar again, where they'll be using their ability to write in a similar form. We'll be looking at ways at comparing and contrasting text in a non-fiction format, looking for the way that meaning is conveyed. Later on in the year, as we approach to the spring term, students will also be revising English literature skills. English literature is divided into four components that the current Year 11 will be studying. They'll be revisiting A Christmas Carol and Romeo and Juliet, which they studied in Year 9, and they'll be revisiting An Inspector Calls and Unseen Poetry they studied in Year 10. The fifth component, which they will not be studying, is the anthology poetry, which the AQA exam board have removed from the syllabus due to lack of teaching time. More about that later. After half term, we will have mock examinations across the school. Our students already know that their mock exams are going to be focused on English Language Component 1, which is with the Examination Board of EDUCAS, and English Literature Paper 1 with the Examination Board of AQA. Students should already be prepared for these and be revising for them. If they complete the homework they've been set, this will also enable them to complete extra revision. For all subjects, we believe that confidence is one of the key ingredients to our students' success. Therefore, in order to make them as confident as possible going into their examinations, there's a number of things we can do about this. First of all, we will be giving all Year 11 students a copy of the two textbooks that you can see on the screen. EDUCAS is part of the Welsh Exam Board, which is why it has the WJEC on it. All Year 11 students will be given these to complete independent homework and revision, and also targeted homework that will be set by their class teacher. These will be provided to all Year 11 students in the near future. This year we've been given the opportunity, due to the COVID, to ensure that students feel as confident as possible to give them some revision guides. This is due to the implications of COVID from last year that we haven't been able to cover all of the content of the syllabus that we would like to have covered. Therefore, as you can see on the screen, students will be completing an examination on Romeo and Juliet, Christmas Carol, Inspector Calls and Unseen Poetry. These are the 4 of the 5 remaining elements they will be assessed on. As you can see, the Power and Conflict anthology section, this has been taken out by the AQA exam board. So they won't be studying this for this current sitting in 2021. However, future year groups will be. So they have taken out the anthology poems and they've replaced it with the poetry skills by responding to the unseen element of it to give it a clear playing field across the country. This is also means that the work that we have done during lockdown and before lockdown isn't wasted, because all the analytical skills that we've used for poetry will be used for the unseen poetry.
Okay, so I'm reading the question.
Knowledge organisers are available for each topic that students study, and these are freely available to be used at home, although classwork does use them to prioritise key information. They are available for each aspect of the literature examinations and also the English language. They are all available on the website, as well as students have them in their books at school.
So this time, right. Pile, look at it, get right, in my C pile, if I look at it, get it wrong, goes back down to my A pile again, and I've only got 2 left, so I can look, get right.
Knowledge organisers are available for each topic that students study, and these are freely available to be used at home, although classwork does use them to prioritise key information. They are available for each aspect of the literature examinations and also the English language. They are all available on the website, as well as students have them in their books at school. As we are all aware, timing is very important. By enabling your son or daughter to manage their time effectively will benefit them not only for English but for other subjects. This will also help them to focus on what revision they need to complete for when, and also enable them to practice their timings for examination questions, which will benefit them across subjects. One of the biggest barriers that students face for English language is the speed that they need to read, skim and scan text for meaning in Component 1 and Component 2. Therefore, the more that students can read prior to the examinations and the range of text they can read will actually benefit them. Therefore, an extended vocabulary is crucial. There are a number of ways that you can do this and to help your child improve their vocabulary, such as the points on the screen. For example, by choosing a word of the day, you can use the word in a sentence and say it so the children know how to pronounce the word and also use it in the correct context. This will increase their understanding across genres and topics and enable them to be more successful in their exam. Component 2 for the English language exam is worth 60%, and it's based on 2 non-fiction extracts. Examples of these can be found at the Guardian Online as well as the English website, and it's a very good idea to read challenging newspapers and discuss them, talking thematically, what they understand about them, analysing keywords, key expressions, any techniques they recommend. All of these things will help them to understand the meaning and the purpose behind the text why it's been written. In order to ensure that your child is successful in their literature examination, we would thoroughly recommend them revisiting the text numerous times before the examinations. This can be in a number of forms, such as reading the actual text, it can be watching the film, it can be watching the play, listening to the audiobook, revising key characters' quotations, and even completing a timeline of what happens in the play or the book in chronological order. These will all help your child remember when they get into their examination. In order to enable your child to feel confident going to their examinations, we often find that feeling prepared and organised prior to this, using stationery, highlighters, post-it notes, can actually help them focus on what they do know rather than what they don't know. And all of these techniques, as well as the pretty colours, will actually make them feel more in control. By placing post-it notes with key quotations around the house, on the mirror, on the back of the door, All these are good ways to remember key quotations. Learning a quote a day, even if it's just one word, will help students feel more confident. Spider diagrams, mind maps for each characters can be a fun way of colouring in, highlighting key themes, characters, plots, developments, so it looks beautiful and it's still functional and serves an academic purpose. As previously mentioned, mind maps can be a really good way of consolidating information. As you can see in the video below, this is an example of Romeo and Juliet mind map, and it shows you how it can go from a simple concept to developing it and to actually revising the whole text. If you are unsure as to how to do this, if you just simply Google mind map, there are plenty of videos on YouTube that give you more details if you should need them. As you can see on this slide, there are a number of study resources that we'd recommend for your child to revise for GCSE English Language and GCSE English Literature. We are studying the EDUCAS English Language Specification as well as the AQA English Literature Specification. If you are clicking onto YouTube, just be careful that you are choosing the select specification. These resources and these links to these resources are also available on the Wyvern English website should you require further detail. Research has shown that students can study for 20 to 25 minutes for optimum performance. So we want to encourage them to avoid last-minute cramming and revising for long periods of time. Little and often with a well planned out and well thought revision timetable will hopefully be the way to ensure they achieve their potential. I hope that we've provided you with a variety of ways to support your child at home. If you have any further queries or questions, please feel free to contact your child's teacher or myself, which is Marsh, M-A-R-S-H, at wyvernacademy.org. Thank you very much.